Greetings, people. Yard Reviews, a show where we give you a multicultural perspective on all things film and television. I'm your host, Sadiq Johnson. I'm joined by my co-host, Irv.
Hello.
Dan's not here today, celebrating his birthday, so big up Dan, happy birthday. Anyway, right now we're going to be reviewing a movie that me and Irv saw. Really good film. Very surprised by it. It was really cool. It's
A Most Violent
Year, and directed by J.C. Chanda, starring Jessica Chastain, Oscar Isaac,
Alessandro Nivola, David
Oyelowo. And yeah, like seriously, watching this movie, it's okay. First, it's set in like the 80s, I believe.
Yeah, so it's set in the year that was the most violent year in New York City.
Yeah, centers around his family.
Yeah, centers around this guy who's like
a Spanish immigrant, obviously.
Yeah, so he's building his empire, and it's now starting. Company. Yeah, now starting to get under attack, and he's trying to negotiate plots and land deals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just everything around him is starting to crumble.
Yeah.
And he's trying to remain the good guy, and he's not
trying to remain
go
legit. Trying to remain legit, more
basically.
Or less. You get a little bit of backstory that realize that his wife is her father is the one with the mob ties and the one with the connections and stuff like that. And you get to she. First of all, hats off to her. She was a powerful performance in this film.
Yeah.
She
reminded me of Michelle Pfeiffer's character in Scarface.
Yeah, but almost to
visually.
But the thing is, I think with more of a mindset where
she had more of a gangster mindset. Yeah. She had more of a business mindset.
Exactly. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was more of like, like how. All right, she more reminded me of Talia Shire in The Godfather when after like in The Godfather Part 3.
Oh,
where she was
she
was more taking over the family and being the boss while Michael was older. You know what I mean? Like taking care of hits and all that stuff. Like you get to see her character evolve to that level. And I think she's the one who's saying, listen, it's all about the family. We're taking hits for the family. By any means necessary. Exactly, regardless, whatever. And like you seen him doing him things, jumping troops, trying to do all the legit methods to get this land, because of course when he gets his land, his profit is gonna flip. He's going to make crazy money, and that's what it's all about. You see him going to all his competitors, finding out who's trying to rob him. Eventually, he finds out the guy who did rob him.
That was a long chase scene.
That was insane. And like when he does find him, the guy was like, listen, I'm not working for anybody, I'm freelancing, but I sold some of your fuel to this company.
And I clocked that's the guy from True Detective and from Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
But he's always going to be the guy from True Detective for me. Scarred for life.
God, trust me. But yeah.
Anyway,
that guy though, he's there, and he basically like he goes to check him at the barbershop. He admits to everything. He says, listen, you're gonna have to pay me back for all of that, and I need it by X time because I have things to sort out. Just make sure I get my money, or I'm going to the cops saying, you're done, you're finished. Game over for you. But then you realize that he still needs more money, but then you get to realize that his wife the whole time was skimming from the top, and he could afford to pay the whole thing. So
but he wasn't happy about that because he never expected her to do that, and B, he didn't want that to be an option.
Exactly.
It was either that or go to his competitor, his enemy.
And this one guy who was like saying, if you borrow this amount from me, you gonna have to get, like, he was putting so many stipulations on the loan. That's why she was like, listen, use the money what we have and cut him out of the deal. You can have the deal with other people, but cut him out. At least the people with the other deal, it was fairer. You know what I mean? So it worked out eventually in the end. I thought the film was like very nicely shot. A downside though was like the character the Spanish driver that he had when he was going through those issues and a whole bunch of stuff. You realised that he was weak. Obviously, I think maybe they came from the same place together.
I didn't expect him to pop back up a while later. And then he shot himself. And I found it hilarious when he shot himself. The first thing he did was to plug the hole. Because
exactly. So he was like,
when business comes first, you're already dead.
I've already paid money for this. They can't let this oil run out of water. If oil's in the rigs, we'll plug it up. But yeah, that's it. The guy was weak. He was just he took the gun, which was the wrong thing to do. He never wanted him to take the gun, and then he had to go on the run and a whole bunch of drama. But at the end of the day, some people just can't cut it. Some people just can't make the grade, and it was unfortunate. He was just one of those guys that just couldn't make the grade, and that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, unfortunately.
But I really liked Oscar Isaac's performance in this. He very much channeled Al Pacino in the first Godfather.
Exactly. Before
that
corrupted. When he went into the the restaurant and pop dude. Definitely the same countenance, everything. I liked how He played brilliant. I love the clothing, like the costumes.
The way he walked, his mannerism, like the way he'd always put his hands into his pockets for his everything, trouser pockets, and like the jacket, the hair. Like he proper transformed. Because I watched Ex Machina, and you've been watching Ex Machina, and they don't look alike. Like you can't.
No, he transforms. He's
completely.
He's also going to be like Apocalypse in X-Men. Looking forward to that. He's going to be like.
I think he's going to be a chameleon actor where you proper like you dissolves.
Oh no, he's gonna blow up. He's gonna blow up, and like with the roles that he's doing, and he's doing his big budget movies. Plus, because he's doing Star Wars as well. He's come on, like he's gonna blow up, and like this shows you that he has acting range. You know what I mean? Like he pulls off a role like this is proper. But I mean, the standout person to me was Jessica Chastain. She blew it away. Yeah. She was a proper supporting role, and like her character was very believable. Yeah. I was with her 110%. He also did it, and like with her and him, the chemistry between them, it's just perfect. I mean, this movie.
What are you rating?
8.5.
Yeah.
And the reason I say 8.5 is because if it had more. It's not really a mob movie. I guess it's just a guy. I guess it was. If it was more,
I think we were expecting it to be a mob movie.
and that's why I give it an 8.5 because. But the thing is, with that type of movie, though, I give it an 8.5 because the acting was good, the directing was good as well. Yeah. But I guess if it had more of like a mob vibe to it, and like there were some hits being dropped and stuff like that, it would have been more up there for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I mean, for what it was, 8.5, really no doubt. I mean, I think it's smashing it. So that's definitely my vote. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for viewing. Do remember to subscribe to the show, youtube.com/YardaReviews. Also remember to email us at yarda.reviews@gmail.com, as well as follow us on Twitter at YardaReviews. Also remember to log on to Earth's WordPress, bigpicturesmallscreen.wordpress.com. All of the news, all of the reviews, all of our articles are on there, so please check that out. Anyway, me and Earth signing out. Big up yourself.